It was 2 degrees and we were freezing. And I was just consoling myself कि हमने YRF की हर movie में देखा है. It's not enough. There was another musician who had fallen sick. He didn't know he had COVID and he kept playing in sessions at home. He exerted his body so much he got a brain hemorrhage. And he was one of the finest musicians, finest guitarists ever. Well, honestly, I try to just talk to people like you who can make this song reach out, because we just need the right people in the fraternity to also start talking about non-label releases and show faith in them. जब airport पे जाके ऐसे suddenly 4-5 bands नजर आ रहे हैं, everybody walking with a guitar, bumping into artists. I met Clinton, I met so many people. So it's so wonderful to see people back on the road doing what they love. लखाने अफेर तेरे मोगे वाली ऐ सवेरे शामी मेरे उत्ते कुंडी अड़दी रहंदी ऐ कुड़ी सैटरडे सैटरडे करदी रहंदी ऐ कुड़ी.
Akriti Kakar, welcome on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations on your latest single. Tell us something more about it.
It's called Kar Gaiyaan, and it's a sweet, simple, dil se song that talks about the feeling of falling in love. Essentially, प्यार में हम जब पढ़ते हैं तो सबसे पहले बोलते हैं यार क्या कर लिया, in both senses of the words, कि यार क्या कर लिया, या फिर ओहो क्या कर लिया. So things that we do in love, the song simply talks about that, and so does the video. I have sung it, and the song is composed by Deep Palsi, and it features Samiksha and Bhavin. It's directed by Chirag Arora.
All right. So, how was it like shooting in the COVID times?
Oh well, actually, तब थोड़ा सा better हुआ था first wave के बाद में. We shot this coincidentally exactly a year ago in Chandigarh, which was also Chandigarh at that time, because it was 2 degrees and we were freezing. And I was just consoling myself कि हमने YRF की हर movie में देखा है, बर्फ में भी शिफॉन की साड़ियां पहन के एक्टर्स तो कर ही रहे होते, तो इसमें मैं क्या इतना क्रिप कर रही हूँ. बट अंडर द लहंगास etc they were wearing, it was like a proper shadi, big fat Indian wedding sort of a setup, where I was trying to wear as many inners, as many those body warmers inside all those lehengas that I was wearing. It was a great experience, especially because Bhavin and Samiksha, they were so understanding, accommodating, really sweet, and I was very excited because I was releasing an independent single after nearly 4 years, so for me it was like I was having a new baby, like that. It was very special.
All right, and so tell us how do you differentiate between your film songs and your private songs?
I think independent music just gives you the liberty to do whatever you want. I think it's a great vehicle for any artist to put forth what they feel here instead of what they feel here, to their audiences, because we can often do that when we are on stage, and I do that. I often say मजाक में ठीक है मुझे चन्ना मेरा गाना था नहीं बनाया अपने फीमेल वर्जन, कोई बात नहीं, मैं स्टेज पे गाऊंगी पूरी भड़ास निकालूंगी. But when it comes to independent music, I think it gives us the liberty to be who we are. And it necessarily doesn't mean कि मैं सिर्फ रोमांटिक गाने गाती हूँ. इसकी जस्ट पहले जो हमने रिलीज किया था वो एक गाना था called थोमकिया. It was a Hindi Bengali song, and it saw some unprecedented reviews and love and views of all things, because when you release something independently, not backed by a music label, it's really hard out there. It's really crazy to sort of push it and make it reach it to the people. But it bagged some 8 million views on its own, and it was trending on Instagram Reels for 3 whole months, and it has some 80,000 reels unexpectedly. So when magic starts to happen, magic also follows, where your hard work and your good intention and honesty and everything goes in that direction. I think magic follows. So the previous release really encouraged me to keep putting out all the music जो बना के मैं डर के मारे hard disk में रखती रहती हूँ कि पता नहीं, I think there'll be a better time to do this. Maybe next month. अच्छा, maybe थोड़े और time बाद. But I guess there's no wrong time to do the right thing, and I'm more driven than ever, because film songs have happened, and inshallah will keep happening when they happen. But I feel like I need to put my voice out there. It's just about time.
All right. So when you're doing film songs, obviously they're backed by a production house.
Yeah.
They're featuring big stars and all those things. So it reaches out to a huge audience. Private songs do the same as well, but maybe the journey is slightly harder. So when you're releasing your private songs, what is your game plan as far as promotions are concerned? Like in terms of Insta Reels or YouTube, whatever. What is it that you do to promote the songs?
Well, honestly, I try to just talk to people like you who can make the song reach out, because we just need the right people in the fraternity to also start talking about non-label releases and show faith in them. And I think that kind of goes a long way. And as far as baki ye jo reels and all of these things happen, since this is my second independent release after really long on my own channel, the first one took picked up on its own, and it's really hilarious. For the first 2 weeks, I didn't even know it was trending. Every morning I would wake up and I would feel I get thousands of tags on Instagram. People are dancing to our reels, right from people who are making bhajia on the street, to ladies who are cooking, and people who are dressing up in proper Bengali attire and dancing. It was released around Durga Puja in October, and it was a collaboration with Shan, and it was nuts how it just like it spiraled out of god knows unexpectedly. So I think I'm not going to plan anything. I'm just going to believe in the song, and like it's released right now, and like exactly right now 12 o'clock the link was premiered on my YouTube channel, and even before release it had some 1200 comments on just the premiere link. So I guess these little things are really really promising. And honestly, at the end of the day, I just talk to my my famdom, as I call them, not fandom, on my social media very very honestly, and I think they love me for it. They also call me the happiness ambassador. I don't know why. But we just try to have a very honest chat about things, and I feel like my job is to keep making music. I'm a musician. If I start to worry about iska kya hoga aage jaake, then I think all the worry and the hesitancy, everything takes over the creative process, which is not nice. So I just want to focus on being the musician that I always wanted to be. Keep making music, keep putting it out there. I think it'll keep finding a way of its own.
Okay, so you are a Kakkar, so you're a Punjabi.
Yes.
So, Punjabis will always understand business. So it's not merely the creative part of it.
No, I'll tell you, trust
So,
me, if I was even 10% more of a businessman, मैं पता नहीं कहाँ होती, शायद ऐसी musician नहीं होती.
my question to you is like, say in terms of promoting a song, independent song, what are the platforms that you feel get you the best possible results? Is it Instagram? Is it YouTube itself? Is it Twitter? Is it Facebook?
I feel it's mainly Instagram and YouTube, even Facebook, but I'm personally not very active on Facebook. So everything just like if I post something on Instagram, it just goes on Facebook, because akele it's just impossible to manage so much. But Instagram is like a beautiful vehicle for like the build up also that we've done. Today is a Friday. We started the build up 4 days ago, and it's seen some insane amount of interaction, great engagement. My Instagram it actually पहली बार ऐसा हुआ है कि वो hang हो गया. मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रही थी क्या हो रहा है, खुल ही नहीं रहा है, खुल ही नहीं रहा है, to reinstall the app. So all of these things are like great signs where I feel मैं इसलिए नहीं कर रही थी, मेरा पर्पस ये था. इसमें of course we have Samiksha and Bhavin in the video, who are extremely popular and loved and adored actors and influencers on Instagram. But since Chirag Arora, who had directed the video, he is my husband. He had directed a web series last year, and उनकी series में ये दोनों थे. So they were discussing, we should do music video, we should do a music video. He keeps directing a lot of music videos. So I think initially मुझे लग रहा था अरे मेरा गाना लेके बलि का बकरा तो नहीं बना रहे हैं यहाँ पे, म्यूजिक वीडियो बनाना है तो ये गाना. But I'm so glad it happened this way, that they became a part of this music video. The energies came together, and it was just miraculous how we shot, like I said, in Chandigarh in 2 degrees. जितनी दूर ये लैपटॉप पड़ा है इस कॉन्वर्सेशन में, उतनी दूर का भी इतनी थिक फॉग में उतना भी नजर नहीं आ रहा था. But the video has shaped out pretty and dreamy enough. So I'm just grateful for how it's all happened.
That's amazing. So as you mentioned that you would want to promote the song as much as possible. So how about a few lines from the song?
हाईवे के कर गईया मैं, बह गई तेरे पल का छावे, लिखते तेरे नाते सामे, रख लिया दिल दे थाते, तेरे नाल दिन मेरी रात तेरे नाल, हर वेले रहंदे बस तेरे ही ख्याल, वेखा जिन्ना तैनू ना सोहना लगे मैनू, किते मेरी ना नजर लग जाए, हाईवे की कर गईया मैं, बह गई तेरे पल का छावे, लिखते तेरे नाते सामे, रख लिया दिल दे थाते.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, what is your Riyaz regimen like?
My riyaz happens literally every morning unless I've woken up super sick or I'm traveling. But then on those days also, up to khair itna, technology has advanced so much that I can put that Tanpura app on my iPad and I can do it anywhere in the world. So it's just become more convenient. Initially, ऐसा होता था कि नहीं सुबह उठ के ही करना है 6 से 7, बट अब ऐसी लाइफस्टाइल हो चुकी है कि अगर हम रात का काम करें तो मैं 6 बजे नहीं उठ सकती. So I make it a practice that I do it no matter what, even in my COVID days, because I couldn't sing because of my, breathing issue. I was still doing humming, which was great. So it was helping me. It was like a lung exercise. And Om is something that I do, and mantra saptak, सुबह सुबह लगाना, खरज सप्तक बहुत 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 जरूरी है. तो खरज का रियाज I think I do the most.
All right, and so I was reading one of your interviews, and you're of the opinion that the entire COVID experience has really impacted the live music scene, and you hope that it turns out fine. So how do you look at this entire wave? And people are saying that maybe we're at the last leg of COVID now, and hopefully things should be fine now. And already I think a lot of shows have been announced, especially overseas.
Right.
Do you think things improving from here on?
We were all hoping that things have improved by the end of the second wave, which was so deadly. But then, I mean, one can only hope, we're just hoping that the happy times return. And thankfully, I've been, extremely grateful when I say this. I have been one of those artists who have traveled extensively, even in the first wave, second wave. I was judging a music show when the first wave happened, and I started traveling in the first week of September to Kolkata to judge Zee Bangla Saregama. And right after that, that lasted for 7 months. And then another music show, Indian Pro Music League, happened here on ZTV. So in the middle of all of that, I was also doing live concerts. At least weddings were happening. Corporate events were happening on a very, very basic level, but 90% of them were virtual. So this was a whole new feeling. We didn't know what performing virtually means, performing in front of a green screen and or an LED setup in front of just cameras and putting as much energy, because I'm sure every other performer who's looking at me right now would agree, and so would you, that we as artists draw our energy from the people in front of us. We always come with the same level of energy on stage, but it goes up or down depending on the people we're playing for. So it's that beautiful exchange of energy that makes a performance live, so to say. So virtual initially was a little hard to digest and to understand ये क्या फील करना है मुझे यहाँ पे, because audience नहीं है, कुछ शोर नहीं मचा रहा है कोई, so but yeah, it is what it is. And if this is, I hope it's not the future for good, but if this is what it is, at least it's kept a lot of artists busy, so that's something to be really grateful for. Yeah, so I'm hoping कि अभी धीरे धीरे February is looking nice. I had a packed January, but we were all sitting at home in Jan, and February is looking good, and so do I hear about a lot of other artist friends as well. Kabhi airport पिछले 2 महीने में November, December have been great months, at least for the performing industry, artist fraternity. तो जब एयरपोर्ट पे जाके ऐसे suddenly 4-5 bands नजर आ रहे हैं, everybody walking with a guitar, bumping into artists. I met Clinton, I met so many people. So it's so wonderful to see people back on the road doing what they love. So I just hope ये third wave सच में it's like हाथी निकल गया और पूंछ रह गई है scenario, and I hope that this nightmare never returns.
Of course, and you've also mentioned in the interview that everyone has EMIs to pay, including you, and it is tough for especially for musicians, for artists. Um, a lot of stories they have not come out. A lot of stories I think will never be known. That what are the sort of hardships, say for example, actors have gone through, musicians have gone through. So do you feel that at some stage maybe musicians and I think the music community they should come together and help especially those artists, those musicians who've been hit really badly and their families have been hit really badly.
So, you know what? This has actually happened. I'm not sure if it reached out to the media, and I'm not sure if they picked that out or not. But first wave, we ended up doing a lot of concerts. Even ISRA, which is Indian Singers Royalty Association, we all had also even created songs, and 100 singers had come together, and just obviously shot the video ourselves at home and recorded at our own home setups and created this whole song together. And that was just one of the many initiatives that happened. We all did a lot of fundraising concerts. जिसके जो भी funds थे, in reality ऐसा नहीं था कि किसी ने किसी agency ने बनाए वो पैसे और जितने भी funds raise उसमें से कुछ रख लिया और बाकी थोड़ा बहुत भेज दिया. We actually made sure that every little penny that was contributed was sent out to the people who enlisted for that program. और जिसके बारे में भी हम सुन रहे थे. And then in the second wave, when hell broke loose, and I mean, I personally lost a few people in the family, and it was a very depressing time. It was just really, really hard. We all were talking to somebody or the other who had lost somebody in their family, and talking to my band, talking to my other fellow musicians. सबसे यही समझ आ रहा था कि किसी के घर पे कुछ हो गया है, and जितनी आमदनी एक महीने में आती है, that is उसी पे based our outgoings are, and we have locked it according to that. And this city, Mumbai, is not it's not a cheap city to live in. It's one of the most expensive cities in the country, in the world, in fact. Yeah, if you say so. But it's really hard to even get ration. So there was a whole program. I'm forgetting the name at the moment, but there was a group of people. There was Rahul, the choreographer. There was Karan Vahi, me, and a couple of other friends of ours who had all made a big WhatsApp group, and we kept posting on Instagram and Facebook, kept posting constantly anybody who genuinely needs basic ration. So we had hundreds of volunteers across the country who volunteered to join the cause, and चाहे वो छोटा सा गांव हो जहाँ पे हम जा ही नहीं सकते, तो हम उनको जीपे कर देते थे पैसे, या उनके अकाउंट में ट्रांसफर कर देते थे पैसे. या फिर एक हमने राशन का किट बनाया था which used to personally get delivered to their homes. There were people who were reaching out to us who were saying, and these were not just musicians, this is general public. I mean, mothers who are stuck in a house and they need baby feed. Now what do? They can't leave the baby and go out, and the shops are shut. So we've tried to do whatever we can sitting at our homes under the comfort that we've been provided, कि हम कुछ तो करें उनके लिए. So we tried to raise funds, financially help them whatever little we could do, and of course send a standard bag of ration to them, and certain families who needed more got more ration from us. So it was a whole bunch of us trying to do this for them. And as far as musicians go, musicians के लिए भी काफी funds raise हुए, but it's not enough. It's not enough. There was another musician who had fallen sick. He didn't know he had COVID, and he kept playing in sessions at home. He exerted his body so much, he got a brain hemorrhage. And he was one of the finest musicians, finest guitarists ever. And उनके लिए तो बहुत funds raise हुए, because everybody from the music fraternity has literally worked with him. But he's still ailing. We can only pray that he sort of recovers soon.
You have a song like, say, Saturday, Saturday, for example. I'm sure that it must be one of the flagship songs during your concerts. So how do your film hits contribute as far as your journey is concerned, and how important are they?
I think they're extremely important. We have to admit that Indians love film music more than anything else. Indians are obsessed with Bollywood. So am I. And when I moved here from Delhi, I actually initially wanted to be a pop star, but the timing was so wrong that I came out of school and I came to Mumbai, and it was a time of remixes. So the whole pop culture, that indie pop, that, I wanted to be an indie pop artist like Alisha Chinoy and all these people, and all of that had fizzled out by then. It was all about remixes at that time. That's how I started my career. But eventually I knew that, if my boat is only going to sail if I sing in Bollywood. And I didn't know if I would sing in Bollywood because I didn't know anybody here. And I was only doing like opening acts for a lot of big artists. So my performance career had started when I was 15, 16 or something professionally. So whoever I had met at that time, I started to, try to follow up with them when I came to Mumbai. And समझ आ गया था कि यही रास्ता है ब्रो, अगर कुछ करना है तो अगर मिल गया चांस तो नथिंग लाइक इट. एंड आई थिंक माय डेब्यू सॉन्ग वाज छम से वो आ जाए फ्रॉम दस with Vishal Shekhar. Then a lot of songs happened with Himesh Bhai, and then Pritam Da, and then Shankar Ehsaan Loy, and then the ball started rolling, and suddenly my my business cards kept changing. It was like the Marjani Marjani girl, the Khudaya Khair girl, the Johnny Gaddar girl, the Saturday girl. So I mean, of course, you're absolutely right when you say that. When you ask me, this has contributed massively to who I'm known as. So yeah, even on concerts today, it's been so many years to Saturday ka release, but people still want to, so they make the loudest noise, the loudest cheer when I sing that song on stage. And even when I talk about the other industry that has really contributed to my life, has been the Bengali industry. I've sung a lot of songs there with Jeet Ganguly Da and Savvy, and all of those songs have been chartbusters like none others. And I think the show that I judged on Zee Bangla, Saregama, everything, and the number of concerts that I do in West Bengal, as opposed to the number of concerts I do anywhere else in the world, including India, anywhere, it's literally equal. So they have also, that industry has also massively contributed to my career. Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, so Akriti, if you can end this interview with a few lines from Saturday.
For sure. 24 घंटे फीवर तेनू चढ़िया ते लभदा, रोज राती सोहनी सोहनी कुड़ियां नू लभदा, लखां ने अफेयर तेरे मोगे वाली ऐ सवेरे, शामी मेरे उत्ते कुंडी अड़दी रहिंदी ऐ कुड़ी सैटरडे सैटरडे करदी रहिंदी ऐ कुड़ी सैटरडे सैटरडे करदी रहिंदी ऐ कुड़ी सैटरडे सैटरडे करदी रहिंदी ऐ कुड़ी सैटरडे सैटरडे.